Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Vercel and Dockerfiles and Elixir, because that was a cool little project. So it takes a while to boot from start, but what this is Elixir, the programming language that runs on a virtual machine called the Beam on top of a Docker container on Vercel, which is really, really cool. So this allows you to have distributed systems on Vercel, which can potentially talk to each other and connect, and maybe connect to your local machines and everything. This is insane. This is just a demo that streams basic stats every second out of the Beam. The Beam is the virtual machine that Elixir runs and Erlang run on. And it's just a demo to have something to look at. But the way it works is through a WebSocket connection. So Vercel shipped the WebSockets as beta, I think, a few weeks ago. And the Docker support 2 days ago at Vercel Ship New York. And with that, the combination of the Docker file that allows us to package the Beam into an image, and the fact that we can connect our front-end clients through WebSockets into the Gen servers that Elixir is running, this is really cool, because now we have this full end-to-end way of doing front-end with Phoenix LiveView, which is the web framework that Elixir uses on Vercel, which is insane. This is something that I was wondering, if I wanted to ship some Elixir, how would I do that? I would have to spin up a VPS and then run the Beam on top of that as part of a compiled thing. And no, I just git push now. it just works. The cool thing to try it, because I had a lot of problems. You saw that we had the spinner. If I refresh it instant, we have this little flash of skeleton, but if I refresh, it's mainly instant. But also you can see the Docker container. This is the lifetime of the Docker container running on Fluid Compute on Vercel. And so this has been running for 2 minutes while I was yapping. I think it has a TTL of 5 minutes. Like, if after 5 minutes of inactivity, it just spins down and it doesn't do anything. But the cool thing with Elixir is, like, if there is nothing using a WebSocket connection, if there's no clients, it will just not consume any CPU. So it is actually very lightweight in terms of usage. And if I go to my Vercel and go to observability, and we look at the compute, you see that for the last, 12 hours, I've only consumed 1 minute of compute. Like, when people are actually connected, the Docker container spins up. But even so, it doesn't consume any CPU unless you are literally watching the page. So right now the page is here in my on my site tabs, but because it's not visible, it's disconnecting the WebSocket, and when I click back on it, it reconnects. So now I start to consume CPU, but I don't consume CPU all the time. I only consume CPU once per second. Like, at the moment where I need to compute the metrics, it will consume a little bit of CPU, send those metrics through the WebSocket, and then kill the process, and then wait for 1 second. This is the philosophy of Elixir, is like, you have these very lightweight processes that you spin up and down as you need. So it's essentially serverless in serverless, which is insane. But it is really cool. And being able to do this now on Vercel, which is really nice. Fun. This was almost one shot. I gave Opus the blog post for how we could do Docker files on Vercel, and the blog post on how we could do WebSocket connections. And I just told it, with these 2 blog posts, make me a demo that runs, build it, package it, the Vercel CLI is authenticated, just ship it. And it managed to do it, which is insane. It shows you how to have good CLIs helps in making those agents able to do things. Well, CLIs, MCP, APIs, whatever. It doesn't matter. But give it tools to do its work.